Have you ever felt the sting of betrayal cut so deep it shatters your world? I'm Oliver Hammond, a welder who thought love and trust were unbreakable, until my wife, Amelia, tore it all apart. One night, everything I believed in crumbled, plunging me into a nightmare of deceit, danger, and vengeance. This is my story of heartbreak and awakening. Dare to step into the fire with me. Welcome to Addy Story, where we share real-life stories that touch the heart and inspire the soul. Subscribe now to join our community, relax, and dive into the stories we have for you. Enjoy. Have you ever experienced the piercing pain of betrayal tearing at your soul? I experienced it all. My world, once vibrant with love and trust, shattered when the one I held dear embraced betrayal. Why, Amelia? I recall asking, the anguish clear in my tone. It's not what you think, she lied, her gaze slipping away as the whispers of betrayal lingered in the air. Absolutely, it feels incredible, she gasped to another. The harsh truth broke our love, forcing me to tread a path strewn with betrayal. This is my path of pain and awakening. Immerse yourself in it. You humiliated me. The nightmares need to end. Hey, you seem really down. Because you have no one left to turn to. I hit the radio button, tuning into a late-night show about Bigfoot or UFOs. The same song echoed in my mind, relentless and suffocating, driving me to the edge. Why, you wonder? Simple. It brought back memories of the woman I abandoned. Wait, I didn't just walk away. I fled. Let's begin. I'm Oliver Hammond. For 5 years, I was bound to Amelia, once known as Amelia Baxter. We were everything in high school, and I believed we'd last a lifetime. We tied the knot right after graduation. Yeah, that was a mistake, I realize. We believed we were deeply in love, or so it seemed. I couldn't have been more mistaken. Money was never the issue. I wield fire and metal, shaping strength with every spark. I've been at it since childhood. My dad was a welder, instilling in me everything I needed to know. I've been welding metal since I was strong enough to handle the torch. I longed to assist my dad at work, but I was powerless to do so. Rules and insurance denied us. My dad created things at home, always giving me something to focus on. I learned a lot, and it felt right. After high school, I enrolled in welding school, but the lessons felt stale. I already knew it all. I tested it out and left everyone in awe. I earned my certificate and jumped into work immediately, fueled by my extensive experience. I can do many things, including welding. I earned a good amount, particularly for those out-of-state big jobs. I welded underwater and raked in cash. I earned just enough to send Amelia to college, and now she's thriving as a paralegal at a prestigious law firm. Why am I fleeing? Why am I driving alone on the dark freeway? It's all because of my wife and her cruel friend. Amelia was once all sweetness and light, but time twisted everything. I love her deeply, and I was proud to support her college journey. They believed I'd end up empty-handed pursuing this. They never believed I would. Massive impact. On the day she received her diploma, their pride in me matched hers, a moment electrified with emotion. She graduated debt-free, all thanks to me. What is it? When did everything fall apart? She landed a job at McMaster and Frederick's law firm. The initial months were good, but slowly, everything began to unravel. Some of the women she worked with were toxic for her. Amelia began her weekly escape with them on Wednesdays, a night just for girls. Initially, it didn't bother me. She returned early, giving us precious moments together, while I was often lost in my relentless work. But then she began to venture out on Wednesdays and Fridays. Fridays were sacred, our night, our escape. And now it was shattered. Amelia suggested we could simply go out on Saturdays. This moment with friends is essential. Then she started to linger into the night, each hour stretching the silence between them. She vanished, only returning in the early hours of Saturday morning. Every time I reached out, her voice was just a memory on the machine. I reached my breaking point and confronted her directly. "We need to talk," I said, the weight of the words hanging heavy in the air that Saturday morning over coffee. "About what?" she asked, her eyes searching for answers. "Your Friday night escapades," I remarked. "Fridays used to be ours, but now you vanish until the early hours, leaving me alone. What's happening? Your absence is palpable." "We just unwind with drinks," she said, "and sometimes we dance. That's it." "I understand, but those clubs shut down by 1 a.m., I replied. "What kept you out so late? Is there someone else in your life?" "Absolutely not," she replied, her voice heavy with exhaustion. "Sometimes we eat only after the storm has passed." "Yes, but I begged until 4 a.m. "Sometimes," Amelia whispered. "It must end," I declared. "The choice is yours. You're my wife, or just another friend of theirs. They notice you in ways I can't. One night was fine, but this is overwhelming." "I'm sorry," she whispered. "If that's what you need, I'll stay in on Fridays." "I believe that's the right choice," I replied. "We can finally share a moment together." She nodded and stepped into the shower. I grabbed her phone, installed a tracker, guilt gnawing at me, but the need to ensure her safety overwhelmed everything else. For a few weeks, everything seemed perfect. But then Amelia fell back into her old habits, sneaking out on Wednesdays and Fridays once more. I needed answers, so I checked my phone's tracker to see where she went after work on Friday. I prepared myself and headed to the club, where she and her friends were gathered. It felt like a vibrant bar pulsing with music and a dance floor rather than a true club. The moment I stepped inside, my eyes locked onto her, surrounded by 4 girls and 3 guys. Amelia shared an unbreakable bond with one guy. Way too close, if you ask me. Her outfit was strikingly more captivating than it had been that morning. They were oblivious until I stood right before them. All eyes were on Amelia, except hers. The guy beside her sneered, demanding, "What do you want?" as if he held all the power. "Just finished work, craving a beer," I said, catching Amelia's eye. Silence enveloped the room. "So, you won't introduce me to your friends?" Amelia's gaze darted, anxiety etched on her face. "Everyone, meet Oliver, my husband," she whispered. "Hey, everyone," I said, my voice sharp. Her rings were gone. "Did you leave something behind?" Her hand caught my eye. "I took my rings off to keep them safe," she whispered. I couldn't believe it, yet I chose to accept it. "I understand," I said. Her friend stood tall, attempting to appear formidable. He gripped my hand firmly, his voice steady. "I'm Edward. Edward Clark." Amelia and I share a knowing glance, a smirk lingering between us. They chuckled, but Amelia remained silent. He attempted to prove his strength with a firm grip, but it faltered. I revealed my power, watching his expression shift to pain. Then I halted. He reached out his hand, ready to ask your wife to dance. I gazed at Amelia. "Is that all right?" Her head dipped in silent agreement. "Go ahead, but remember, she's my wife, and I'm right here," I warned him. He nodded. Amelia rose, tension crackling in the air. I claimed Edward's spot, a beer in hand. Most had already slipped away. You don't own her, the girl beside me said as I waited. And who are you? I asked. Sophie. Sophie Walsh came up in conversation. I've been guiding Amelia, revealing the secrets of the trade. Sophie. Sophie Walsh, I scoffed, imitating the way she and Edward presented themselves. What makes you worthy of giving marriage advice? I'm Amelia's friend, and as I mentioned before, I'm guiding her. She paused, drink in hand, and spoke. The partners are captivated by her work, their hopes soaring high for her future. Her arrogance irked me, and I couldn't shake the thought of the nonsense she was feeding Amelia. Sophie, I never claimed to own Amelia. I am her partner. If anything is troubling our marriage, I need to know now. Stan, Sophie urged. Amelia must expand her horizons. She's lived in the world of college, and what about you? She must spread her wings and reach beyond the familiar, I urged. Does she have anything more to share? Maybe it's her legs? Sophie urged. No need for crudeness. Perhaps it's time for her to explore the unknown. In the end, you'll reap the rewards. Why? I pleaded. Perhaps she'll discover something profound and share it with you, Sophie said, her smile lingering. You're making extra cash while you travel for work, right? No, Sophie, I really don't. I said I was heading to work. I fell hard. I toil through the hours, earn my pay, and then head back home. My love for Amelia is unwavering. I would never harm her or put our marriage at risk. Maybe it's time to broaden your horizons, she said, a smirk playing on her lips. I take my wedding vows to heart, and I believe Amelia will too. Your finger is bare of rings. Have you ever tied the knot? She revealed it had occurred several times. Let me take a wild guess. Did your husbands discover your betrayal? I pleaded. She let his shoulders drop. No one can claim me. I take what I desire, with anyone I wish. Amelia's with someone now, and I need you to honor that, I said. Her laughter echoed softly. She replied, Sure, hold on to that thought. Edward and Amelia were back from the dance floor, hearts racing. I shifted, making space for Amelia to nestle between me and Sophie. I took my seat, preventing Edward from getting next to her. His unhappiness was irrelevant to me. Amelia mentioned you're a welder. What are welders crafting now? $15 an hour. Working underwater brings in over $35 an hour. Didn't Amelia mention I paid for her college? Are you covering her student loan? He then asked. No, she carries no college debt. I took care of everything. I bought her the new Toyota. Wow, I never realized welders earned so much. I've chosen the wrong path. When you travel, I bet you meet plenty of women, he said, nudging me with his elbow. I still work when I'm away. I spend 6 intense hours on the job site each day. As I confided in Sophie, my wedding vows are sacred to me. I know you do, Edward said, a smirk playing on his lips. The situation was spiraling, and these people were pushing my buttons. I faced my wife. Did you come here by car tonight? I confronted her. Yes, she whispered. Great, because I've reached my limit of fun for the night. I'm returning home. I want you right there, just behind me. As I rose, my hand slipped, sending my icy drink crashing into Edward's lap, staining his khaki trousers with a chilling splash. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. You should head home and switch up your outfit. He leaped up, rage boiling, ready to strike. Make it count, or you'll regret it when I rise. He saw the fire in my gaze and retreated, Clever choice, I said to him. I face my wife again. Will you be there? I'm so close you can feel me. Her voice barely broke the silence. Sophie's gaze pierced through me, and I felt it. If looks had the power to end lives, I'd be a ghost by now. I stepped outside, leaving everything behind. Amelia arrived in the driveway just moments after I did. Good for her, I mused. I grabbed a beer from the fridge, heart racing, and waited for her in the living room. She burst in, her face aflame. What on earth just happened? Your actions filled me with deep shame. Did I humiliate you? I posed the question, knowing the answer was clear. Are you stalking me? She inquired. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes when I spotted you with your work friends. All I wanted was a beer. I realized, in that moment, I had betrayed her trust for the very first time. I was the one who should feel shame. My heart raced as I caught sight of my wife. The love of my life and my closest friend sat there while a lustful stranger reveled like an excited schoolgirl. My heart dropped when I saw your wedding band gone. You hid the truth of our marriage, ashamed to reveal it. Is this all there is? Her expression melted, and she settled next to me. Absolutely not. I have to collaborate with them. Edward is the attorney I collaborate with most closely. What about Sophie's role? She stands above me in the hierarchy. She's been guiding me, revealing the secrets of the game. Is marriage advice part of this? I confronted her. What are you saying? She inquired. While you and Edward danced, she bombarded me with a lecture on expanding horizons and spreading wings. I asked if that included spreading your legs, and she nearly admitted it was true. We're progressing. Just tell me the truth. Did you betray me? No, I haven't, she said, her gaze falling. She avoided my gaze, a storm of unspoken words swirling between us. Was she deceiving me? I pray that's not the case. It's the one thing I can never let go of, I told her. Sophie mentioned you might get some while you're gone. Our history runs deep. What is happening? Since the 6th grade? Have you ever witnessed my betrayal? Always. She shakes her head, a silent storm brewing within. No, she whispered softly. I've always been faithful to you, and I promise I always will be. I care for you too deeply to ever bring you pain like that. When I'm gone, work consumes me. I meant every word I said to Edward. I frequently put in 16-hour days. I get it. Your pay stubs are in my possession. Take this. What do you feel? Put you through college. Yet you, that sleek automobile outside, ensured you were always impeccably dressed. And that's in addition to our usual bills. I've been saving for a down payment on a house, so tell Sophie to keep her opinions to herself and stop talking about things she doesn't get. You never really cared for her, did you? Amelia asked. No way. I can't stand the lies she's been telling you. Edward is no different. Neither of them earns my trust. Twice divorced, her betrayals echo in the silence of her choices. Amelia stared at me, shock etched across her face. What makes you certain of this? She inquired. She revealed it to me. He looked genuinely thrilled by it. I sensed their plotting, ready to drag you into their chaos. You've done nothing wrong, have you? Absolutely not, Oliver. No, I haven't. It's precisely what I wanted from her. She confided, I love being out with them. Being with you is a joy. Could you find a way to spend more time with your husband? She said this, her arms encircling my neck tightly. I'm sorry. It's all right. I've always yearned for just 3 things in life. What is that? She asked, her voice trembling. I want to marry you. My aim is to become the finest welder there is. Choosing a family is the 3rd path. Her smile widened, as she nestled against me. You swayed the first to tackle the third. Finally, I could smile. Let's move, I urged. We raced into the master bedroom, surrendering to passion for the night. For a few months, calmness enveloped everything. On Fridays, Amelia was home, and I poured my heart into being more present and loving. I chose not to bring up Sophie or Edward, placing my faith in Amelia to make the right choice. In that moment, everything changed. As I stepped inside on that Friday night, darkness enveloped me, pierced only by the flickering glow of candles on the dining room table. The scent of zinnia filled the kitchen, hinting at Amelia's secret creation. I stepped into the dining room, and my heart raced as I saw our finest china set on the table. She stood there, and my heart stopped. My amazing wife donned an outfit so brief, it took my breath away. Her legs captivated me, and she was aware of it. She picked a dress that accentuated her best attributes. The dress clung to her, two panels struggling to contain her ample curves. The dress was backless. She came close, wrapped her arms around me, and kissed me deeply, our tongues entwined. Tonight held a promise of something beautiful. Are you captivated by this? She inquired. I nodded. Yeah, I said, captivated by her stunning shape. Tonight promises to be unforgettable. What's the reason behind that? I pleaded. It's unexpected. Clean up and sit tight. Dinner's on the way. I stepped into the master bedroom, ready to shed my work clothes and confront the chaos within. When I finally returned to the dining room, Amelia had already dished out the lasagna and poured Portis a glass of wine. Amelia's food was a revelation. Her lasagna, a symphony of cheese, meat, and mushrooms, left me breathless. It's a fierce battle between you and the lasagna, both pulling at my heart, I whispered as I sank into my seat. She laughed softly as she took her seat. I hope you savor every moment tonight. Her smile was everything. I plunged into my lasagna, each bite a burst of joy, as always. I sipped my wine, careful not to lose myself before the night unfolded. Once it was all done, an unsettling feeling washed over me. I struggled to stand, but the world spun around me. I teetered on the edge, heart racing. Amelia held my gaze, confusion swirling between us. What did she do? I questioned my own thoughts. I tried to speak, but the words eluded me. Why not? I started. In an instant, I found myself crashing to the ground. I awoke, disoriented, bare on a chair in our dimly lit bedroom. My arms were bound to the chair, my legs trapped just the same. The device clamped my waist, my tool ensnared in a bizarre tube. What on earth is this? I questioned my own thoughts. Amelia, I was furious and screamed. I screamed, what the hell is happening? Moments later, Amelia stepped into the bedroom, accompanied by an unexpected presence. Sophie stood by her side. What is this nonsense? I pleaded. Release me from this chair now. Forgive me, my love. Sophie declared it the best. Best for whom? I insisted. Watch as your wife expands her world, Sophie said, her voice steady, her legs poised. Did you really think drugging me and tying me to this chair was a good idea? I pleaded. Absolutely. Amelia promised me you'd never agree to this. I gave her something to make you sleep for a bit. You'll see your wife, KQ, and there's nothing you can do to intervene. My eyes locked onto Amelia, fury boiling within me like never before. You just went along with it all. This changes everything. I'm deeply sorry, but Sophie said it had to be this way. Please, trust me. This changes nothing for us. It's just sex. I love you still. Sophie insisted that nearly all married men dream of such things, but I don't. and I never have. It truly impacts us. I warned you. No cheating will be tolerated. What is this thing you've strapped onto me? I confronted her. They call it a meat cage. It's meant to grant me absolute control over you, to assert my dominance in our marriage. I can't believe this is happening. Never imagined it would come to this. If you don't let me go and take this off me now, it's over. Don't turn away. Only a single night. I'll set you free when this is over. I can't believe it. Amelia, you can't be this reckless, not now. Sophie approached, her hand gripping something tightly. Suddenly, she forced a ball into my mouth, silencing me completely. Stay quiet and let your wife experience the thrill with a real man or two. I shook my head, desperate to stop her, but it was too late. I fought with all my strength to escape the chair, but it held me tight. Sophie rose, her heart pounding as she approached the bedroom door. Edward and a colleague entered, their eyes on me, laughter spilling from their lips. The cook stands on the brink of his initiation. Yes, but he's proving to be quite uncooperative. Seriously? This could change everything. He pulled back and struck me hard across the face. He struck me once more. Blood filled my mouth, a metallic reminder of the chaos around me. Rage consumed me. Don't hurt him, Amelia screamed. You swore you wouldn't hurt him. I'm indebted to him for ruining my clothes. Now he'll witness me take his wife. In a swift motion, he tore Amelia's dress away. He commanded her to remove those panties. I can't believe it. Amelia slipped off her panties and tossed them to Edward. He inhaled deeply before flinging them in my direction. Amelia knelt before Edward, her gaze locked on mine as she took him in her mouth. Fury coursed through me. Edward and Sophie laughed, their joy piercing through my agony. Is your wife truly exceptional at this? Edward declared. In an instant, Edward erupted, filling Amelia completely. In that moment, she locked eyes with Sophie's camera and flashed a grin that pierced through the silence. Her demeanor suggested this was a familiar dance between them. But Amelia wasn't done. She leaned in closer, her intentions clear as she focused on the other man. Watching her made my stomach churn. You enjoy seeing your wife with other men, don't you? Sophie questioned, her camera rolling, capturing every moment. Confess, she urged. I turned away, my eyes burning with fury. Once Amelia had dealt with the second man, Edward led her to the bed. The main attraction is about to begin, he said, his gaze locked on me as I witnessed Edward and her entwined in passion. I shut my eyes, just as Amelia might have suggested. Any time, Edward gasped, thrusting deep within her. God, this is incredible, Amelia breathed. Is he really better than your husband? Absolutely, Amelia exclaimed. His tears cascaded down my face. In that instant, all love I felt for Amelia vanished. I've encountered tales of husbands captivated, their desire ignited as they witnessed their wives in ecstasy. Yet all that surged within me was fury. I fought to avert my gaze, desperate to latch onto anything but them. Yet it was a struggle. Edward was giving everything he had to Amelia. In the span of an hour, all three swapped their positions. The three of them reveled in every moment, while Sophie captured it all on film. Once Edward finished inside her again, they rose from the bed and approached me. Did you love the show, darling? They all burst into laughter. It wasn't as bad as it seemed, was it? Sophie declared. Edward and the stranger yanked Sophie and Amelia to safety. You need to understand this, Edward urged Sophie. Suddenly, the two men unleashed their contempt, marking me with their humiliation. Nausea surged within me. Amelia's laughter echoed as they hurled insults my way. Edward stepped closer as they wrapped up. "Say or do anything, Cook, and I swear I'll ruin your life," he threatened. "Your wife is mine now. I'll show up when I please and do as I wish. You've captured my heart." He stood tall and beckoned the other man closer. "Hurry, we must leave now," he insisted. Once they left, Sophie came to me. "Avoid creating any trouble." Edward was dead serious. "This was nothing compared to what we could unleash on you, wasn't it?" She stood, eyes locked on Amelia. "Hold your breath until I vanish. Let him be free. If he messes with you, reach out to me." With Sophie gone, Amelia's silent nod spoke volumes. Amelia yanked the gag from my mouth and sliced through the straps binding me to the chair. She snatched the key, unlocking the nightstand, and lifted the cage away from me. She opened her mouth to speak, but I cut her off, threw on my clothes, and rushed to the phone. "What are you up to right now?" "What's happening?" she whispered as I called for help. "I'm a welder, but don't mistake that for ignorance." I understood their actions were illegal, and I was determined to see them behind bars that very night. Amelia panicked when she found out I had just called the police about the assault and illegal detention. I grabbed Amelia's phone, stopping her from reaching out to Sophie. I snatched her keys from her purse, stopping her escape. She lunged for my phone and keys, but I clutched them tight in my jeans pocket. I hung up the phone, heart racing, and sat in silence, waiting for the cops. I braced myself for their scrutiny, knowing they'd demand samples of my very essence as evidence. "Don't take this further. I can't face prison. Believe in me. Given your actions, this is the safest spot for you at the moment. If it were up to me, you'd be free forever. I'd have you begging for the Grim Reaper, yet I wouldn't let you slip away. I can't face jail, so you better get ready. The cops are coming. Time is running out." You absorbed Edward and Sophie's words. They truly mean it. They are not to be trifled with. Put on your clothes. Amelia saw my expression and understood. No need to press further. As she slipped into her clothes, a shiver ran through me with the vibration of her phone in my pocket. I pulled it out and saw a message from Sophie. "Is everything all right?" Sophie's words pierced through the silence. "All is well," I wrote. "He's not happy, but he'll endure." I sent the message, convinced Sophie would be deceived. I shoved the phone into my pocket, heart racing. As Amelia stepped into the front room, the police were already there. I swung the door wide, inviting them in. One glance at my face revealed the truth. Everything was falling apart. One cop recorded my statement, while the other confronted Amelia in the bedroom. The officer gathered my statement, called for an ambulance, and carefully sealed the substance from my face in evidence bags. The second officer came back, and they exchanged a few tense words by the front door before turning away. As the door swung open, the second cop emerged, cradling Amelia in his arms. She wept, arms bound, a silent storm of despair. Don't let them take me away. What started as a simple game spiraled into something far deeper. I turned away, shaking my head. 2 more police cars and an ambulance rushed in. Urgency palpable in the air. A female cop burst through the door and grabbed Amelia. The officer who took my statement revealed that she was arrested for illegal detention, drugging, and sexual assault. "You need to go to the hospital now. We need blood and urine samples to uncover what they administered to you." I thought about debating, but ultimately chose silence. Every piece of evidence against those responsible cuts deeper. He urged me to secure a protection order. He pressed a card into my hand, the name and number of a local DA's attorney burning into my palm. I called her, and she said she'd meet you at the hospital. He revealed it to me. I expressed my gratitude and trailed the paramedics as they conducted a swift checkup en route to the hospital. Upon my arrival at the emergency department, they examined me, gathered samples from my face, cleaned my wounds, and took blood and urine samples. Just as the pain began to fade, a sharply dressed woman stepped into the exam room. "Oliver Hammond?" she inquired, her voice laced with urgency. I nodded. "That's who I am." "Mr. Hammond," I declared, "I am Emma Pritchard. I'm the assistant district attorney handling your case. What emotions stir within you?" "I'm on the upswing. I feel utterly drained at this moment." "They handed me pills to ease my suffering, Mr. Hammond. The officers who arrested you shared the details with me. The other woman and the 2 men who attacked you are in custody, awaiting their hearing in county jail. I urge that they be held without bail. Yet, freedom on their own recognizance seems inevitable. The corporation they serve holds immense sway over the county. I'm afraid that's true. I've decided to secure a protective order for you. Grateful for that. Will it make a difference?" She let his shoulders fall, a silent surrender. "I'm not sure. Perhaps. But certainty eludes us." I nodded. "I get it. I promised. If it helps at all, they'll remain behind bars until their arraignment on Monday morning." In that moment, clarity strikes. Just a regular worker, lost in the shadows, with no ties to the powerful. In the end, it's just me against the world. "You have me, Mr. Hammond," she said sharply, "as long as you don't make any foolish choices. If you're not committed to your marriage, it may be time to seek a divorce attorney. I'm finished with her." I spoke, and she nodded, understanding flooding her eyes. "They plan to keep you overnight for observation. Your home is now a crime scene. It's just as well. They'll need time to comb through it all and piece together the evidence. Do you happen to have a gun? I can't believe it. No, I can't." I revealed to her that my younger brother had unintentionally shot himself in the leg with my father's .22 caliber pistol. He disposed of every gun, and I knew it was wiser to follow suit. Just a heads up. In this state, you have the right to defend yourself in your own home. I won't forget that. I asked, "What about drugs? Do you have any drugs in your apartment?" I shook my head once more. I can't. Yet my feelings for my wife tell a different story. "All right, I'll forward that," she responded. She left, and I drifted into sleep, only to awaken as they wheeled me into a private room, the world shifting around me. They increased my medication, and I slipped into a deep sleep. The next morning, just after I finished breakfast, my parents arrived. They listened in silence as I revealed the chaos that had unfolded. My father erupted with rage when I was done. "What will you do, son?" he inquired. I told him I was leaving the witch behind. He nodded, a silent pact forged in the depths of understanding. "I'm glad for you. Can we take action?" "I desperately need a good divorce lawyer," I said. "I know many people. Let me show you what I can create." "I need a ride home when I'm out," I said. "Absolutely fine. Call me when you're set. Take a moment to breathe and find your peace. Don't make a foolish choice." "Do you remember me?" I replied. "Yes, I do." His smile spoke volumes. "I warned you. Don't make a reckless move." We all laughed, and then they departed, my mother embracing me tightly. Amelia's parents came rushing in, urgency in their every step. They were my second parents, always there, always understood. I recounted the events of the previous night. Shock and shame washed over them as they confronted their daughter's actions. "I take it you're planning to file for divorce," her father said, his voice heavy with unspoken emotions. I nodded, feeling the weight of unspoken words between us. I can't bear the weight of her actions. I truly get it, and I'm deeply sorry. "Can we do anything at all?" her mother asked, a storm brewing in her eyes. "If Amelia walks free, she'll need somewhere to call home." "The ADA. She's filing for a protection order, meaning she must leave the apartment behind." Her mother finally said yes, she could stay with us. "Thank you," I told her. We parted ways, the weight of farewell heavy in the air. A couple of hours later, the doctor arrived and examined me. He deemed me ready for freedom, and the nurses began their frantic paperwork. I called my father, knowing it would be a long wait. My parents arrived just as the paperwork was finished. Once the nurse finished her instructions, she wheeled me to the loading zone, where my father's car awaited. They helped me into the vehicle, and we sped off. We stood before the apartment, hearts racing. My father stood by the door as we exchanged our last heart-wrenching goodbyes. "Don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything." "Thanks, Dad." I spoke, and the world shifted. I stepped into the apartment, my gaze sweeping the room, heart racing. The police had searched every corner, and I felt the weight of the long road ahead to restore it all. A message blinked ominously on our answering machine. I listened to the haunting message. Dead meat. Only silence lingered in the void. No preamble, just silence, silence, void, emptiness. A heavy weight hangs in the air. I searched and found the number was marked private. The message tugged at my memory, compelling me to replay it again and again. A realization struck me. This was not a voice directed at the phone. The phrase hit me like a punch from the past, a line from an old Rocky flick with Mr. T. The sender had recorded it, then unleashed it over the phone moments later. The doorbell rang, echoing through the silence. I glanced through the peephole and caught sight of a stunning young brunette waiting outside. She was there, a fleeting shadow at the club, the moment I first laid eyes on Edward. My gaze swept the room, but she stood alone. An idea sparked, and I pulled my cell phone from my shirt pocket. I activated the camera, hit record, and slipped it into my pocket. As I opened the door, the chain held tight, a barrier between us. I asked, "Mr. Hammond, can I inquire?" She asked softly. "It's me, and you are Bella Foster. Your partner and I share a workplace. Can I come in, please?" "Are you alone?" I asked. "Absolutely, I am." I shut the door just enough to unhook the chain, then swung it open to welcome her inside. Once she stepped inside, I swiftly closed and secured the door. "Miss Brinkman, how may I assist you?" I asked. "Call me Bella," she urged. "It's fine." Bella hits hard once more. "What do you need from me?" She handed me a manila envelope, and my heart raced. "What is this?" I asked. "Open it now." Her response was barely a whisper. I cracked open the folder, heart racing as I peered inside. I spotted a few images, then set the envelope on the coffee table and hurried to the kitchen for a pair of latex gloves. I feared leaving my mark on it. I came back, revealing the images, shocked by the sight before me. The haunting image revealed a lifeless man on his knees, hands cruelly bound behind him. The other photo captured the same man, yet revealed a strikingly different angle. I gazed at Bella. "Who are you?" I asked. "It was my husband," she whispered, tears cascading down her cheeks. "He was called James Foster. Have you told anyone?" I confronted her. Her head dipped in silent agreement. "Absolutely. They called it a suicide." "Why?" I asked. You can't possibly understand. Our firm connects with people from every level, from the heights of power to the depths of struggle. A significant part of the police force is under their control, and several judges are on their payroll. Understood. Edward, was this you? She just shrugged, a silent storm brewing within her. I truly have no idea. He had the power to command it. What keeps you tied to the firm? I confronted her. She whispered, I have no choice. Allow me to take a shot in the dark. You're not just a legal secretary, am I right? Exactly. They treated us just like Edward and Sophie treated you. But my husband confronted Edward and paid dearly for it. Are you really just a pawn for the company? I asked. Her head dipped in silent agreement. Absolutely. My role is to be there for the attorneys and their clients. What part does Sophie play in this? I asked. She echoes the madam's essence. She oversees every assignment, now bringing Amelia into the fold. I confronted her. Yes, she replied, her voice trembling with unspoken weight. As I peered into the envelope, a shocking revelation awaited me. I unfolded a crumpled note, heart racing. A note, crafted from cut-out letters, each one a fragment of a hidden message, clung to the paper with an unsettling urgency. Discuss the depths of cheesiness. I almost burst into laughter, but I fought the urge to take charge. The note began. Back off, or this could be your fate. I gazed at Bella. Did you see it? I confronted her. She refused to believe it. No. It arrived at my apartment this morning, accompanied by a note to personally deliver it here. Are you open to talking with the district attorney about this? I asked. She refused to believe it. No. If it's all right with you, I would choose to keep living. You have no idea how truly vile these people are, especially Sophie. Who in your company knows about this? I asked. She asserted that nearly all individuals above the mid-level executive tier. I nodded, the weight of unspoken words hanging in the air, shapes in the shadows. Got it, Bella. I appreciate you flagging this. I'm deeply sorry for it all. You seem like an incredible person. Amelia is lucky to have you. Thanks for bringing that up, Bella. Wishing you a day filled with light. I kept the door ajar for her, my heart racing. I watched her retreat, ensuring no one else was around. I shut the door, the click of the lock echoing in the silence. This, along with the voicemail, struck deep. Divorcing Amelia was already on my mind, but the threats escalated everything beyond comprehension. Amelia will be begging for the Grim Reaper to take her when I walk away with Jack. I ended the video and reached out to Emma. She had scrawled her personal cell number on the back of her card, a lifeline in the chaos. I'm Emma Pritchard, she said, her voice steady yet charged. I shared the news with her, the message and the letter that had just come. This changes everything. It's fine. Bring it to me. Now, her address was shared, and then the line went dead. In that moment, I knew I had to escape, to break free from it all. I packed supplies for a few days and tossed them into the back seat of my F-150. I grasped the meat cage Amelia had used on me the night before, a spark of inspiration igniting within me. It was packed into the vehicle, heavy with meaning. An idea sparked within me, urging me to delve deeper. With my welding gear stowed in the truck, I dialed my boss, sharing the news and asking for time off. He agreed without hesitation. He declared, "The job is complete. You have plenty of vacation time ahead. Take all the time you need to finish this." "Thank you, boss." I checked once more, closed the door, and stepped out. I reached Emma's condo in under 30 minutes. Her breath caught as she gazed at the photographs in the note. I have a video of my intense conversation with the woman who brought it. It's profoundly revealing. I need to see it now. I pulled out my phone and revealed the footage to her. Oh God. Her breath caught as the video finished. This sheds light on everything. Could you send me that copy? I handed her the phone, trusting her to take the necessary steps. She handed the phone back, her heart racing. Amelia's phone lingered in my pocket, a silent reminder of her presence. I pulled it from my pocket and pressed it into her hands. What is this? Emma asked, her voice trembling with urgency. Amelia's phone lies here. I slipped it into my pocket the night Edward came for me. It slipped my mind until this very moment. Maybe you'll discover something profound there. I'll have our guys check it out. She sank into her chair, a storm brewing within. Maybe I should reach out to the state or federal government about this. If Bella's claims hold true, trust in our police department shatters. Her eyes met mine for a fleeting moment before she moved on. What will you choose? I'm leaving town soon. I uttered a word. Her head dipped in silent agreement. What happens with protective custody? Perhaps we should hide you away, she proposed, her voice laced with urgency. Sure, whatever. Edward and his friends will pinpoint my location. Not at all. I appreciate it. It's fine. Just tell me your location. All right. Fine, I agreed. I embarked on a journey, lost in uncertainty. I realized I had to escape this chaos, even if just for a moment. I drove into the bank, snatched cash, and circled back, heart racing, scanning for any cars that might be on my tail. Haunting images of the slain man consumed my thoughts, a victim of Edward and Sophie's relentless pull. I realized that if I slipped up, I would be the next one. In the stillness of the night, realization struck hard. I stopped at a rest station and dialed the number. I feared it might already be too late. It could have been, but it wasn't. Yeah, came the rough voice from the other end of the line. Thomas, I'm Oliver. I spoke, and the world held its breath. Thomas was a ghost from the past, haunting memories long buried. We collaborated on several projects, our bond growing stronger with each one. Oliver, you stubborn old fool. What the hell is happening, man? I have a small problem and need to stay with you for a few days. I replied, absolutely. Hey, come here. Please, just pick up a few. 6 packs now. It's all good, my friend. See you soon. See you, he said, then ended the call. Are you okay now? I hit the freeway, racing northward. On my journey north, I stumbled upon a convenience store. I grabbed a couple of 6 packs of beer, a styrofoam chest, and ice to keep it chilled. I heated my coffee and snatched a few packs of cigarettes. I rarely smoked in the apartment, but I sensed Thomas would value the gesture. He was giving me a place to stay, so I felt I had to repay him somehow. Thomas Bennett, a man 15 years my senior, had once been my father's colleague, and that's how our paths crossed. He visited us often during his work here, becoming like a big brother to me. In my father's shop, lessons unfolded with every moment spent by his side. His childhood was a battle. His father toiled in shipyards, succumbing to the cruel grip of mesothelioma. He faced asbestos daily, a haunting reminder until his father was gone. Charlotte, his baby sister, remained home to care for their mother until the day she succumbed to stomach cancer a year ago. Charlotte had been a part of my life for ages. She was stunning, a no-nonsense girl with the charm of the girl next door. I never acted on my feelings for her. Thomas was too close to both me and my father, but mostly my heart belonged to Amelia. Charlotte and I shared an unbreakable bond, closer than siblings, intertwined in every moment. They exchanged playful jabs, laughter hanging thick in the air. It had been ages since I last saw her, and I was eager to discover how she was doing today. Thomas married young, just like me, but everything shattered when he came home to find his wife with a coworker. He hasn't found love again, yet he ventures out now and then. He devotes most of his days to caring for Charlotte, who now resides with him. Charlotte would insist she was watching over him. I arrived at Thomas's log house just past 2:30 a.m., grabbed my things in the icebox, and stepped onto the porch to greet him. "I pray there's beer waiting for us." His smile accompanied the words, a flicker of warmth in the air. He took the pack of cigarettes I offered, then opened the door, helping me bring in the rest of my things. Carrying the ice chest into the kitchen, I caught sight of a breathtaking blonde descending the stairs, clad in an oversized t-shirt and tiny pajamas. "Who is this captivating blonde?" I confronted Thomas. He let out a sharp laugh. "You know who I am, right?" The blonde spoke. I glanced again and saw it was Charlotte. She was nothing like the awkward girl I once knew. Her legs were sculpted, her breasts fuller, and her hair cascaded to the middle of her back. "Charlotte," I asked, bewildered, "is it really you?" "You know exactly what it is, idiot," she said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "What brings you here at this hour?" "Amelia found out about your betrayal and threw you out, didn't she?" "Not at all." I spoke with a cutting edge. Her radiant smile melted as she pulled me near. "I'm so sorry, Oliver," she said, her eyes locked on my bruised face. "What truly unfolded? Are you okay?" "That's not it. That's why I came. Grab a beer and come share your thoughts with us." Thomas uttered a word. I nodded, snatched 3 drinks, and stepped into the front room. I passed one to Thomas, then locked eyes with Charlotte. "Are you really ready for this? Can you handle it?" I questioned with a sharp edge. She laughed, flipping me off, snatching the beer from my hands. "Just say it. What's going on with you two?" "How utterly humiliating," I said. "We're grown-ups, bound tightly to our family. Just do it." "All right." I began recounting the intense story of Amelia, Sophie, and Edward. I revealed the video of my fleeting encounter with Bella. As I concluded, they were left speechless, frozen in disbelief. Thomas gasped, "Damn," after a sip of his beer. "Do you think they realize your location?" "No, I don't think so. There were no cars in sight. Stay with me on this. We stand on this hill, eyes sharp, watching for anyone who dares approach. I still hold the pistols I bought from your father, a haunting reminder of Harry's accident. Do you still remember how to pull the trigger?" I simply nodded, my head in agreement. "No, I haven't held a gun since that day." I spoke, and the silence shattered. Years ago, my younger brother, Harry to all, accidentally shot himself in the leg with my father's pistol. Harry endured a minor flesh wound but emerged whole again. My father was consumed by guilt. He disposed of every gun and vowed never to own one again. It's fine. I'll bring you all back to meet them. This could be your reality, too. She's become a formidable marksman. My gaze locked onto Charlotte, disbelief coursing through me. She sat up, a wicked smile playing on her lips. "Is your father aware you're up here? They've called on me. I couldn't believe it. No one knows my location, but you must remember to inform the assistant DA. It struck me only after I had left, the thought of being here. All right, I'll call your parents and let them know as soon as the sun comes up. Put your cell phone away if you can. Turn off your phone. Remove the battery, just in case a tracker lurks within. I turned off my phone, convinced it was a brilliant idea. I pried off the back and pulled out the battery. Amelia and her friends faced the judge on Monday. Charlotte asked, her voice laced with urgency. Indeed, the arraignment is set for Monday. The DA prays, the judge denies bail, sealing their fate. After hearing Bella's words, doubt creeps in. Stay as long as you must. A week from Monday, I begin a new job and will be away for a week. If you choose to stay, that's fine. How long will you be away? 2 weeks of planning, all for this moment. I pray it's settled by then. As I mentioned before, you're free to go, Thomas said. Thank you. It means a lot to me. I'm here for you. Just say the word if you need anything. Thomas's smile pierced through to Charlotte. I'm certain Beth has some thoughts, but as our guest, your parents have always made us feel like royalty. Feel free to unwind and breathe in the crisp country air, as far as I'm concerned. Well, gentlemen, this has been a blast. But I need to rise and make breakfast soon, Charlotte said, rising to her feet. I hope you enjoy omelets and hash browns, she said, her eyes locking onto mine, a hint of anticipation in her voice. Breakfast for champions. I'm all in. With a final wave, she ascended the stairs, leaving a lingering ache behind. As Thomas and I stepped outside for a smoke, the sound of her bedroom door clicking shut sent a chill through me. What's her story, really? I asked. I thought she'd be settled down with a family by this point. She had never encountered a soul. Her care was profound. She tried a few men, but none could compare. What standard do you hold yourself against? I asked. His eyes locked onto mine, heavy with meaning. Are your nerves dead down there? Her feelings for you have always burned bright. No way, I gasped in disbelief. Without a doubt. She stayed silent only because of Amelia. She feared being the cause of your separation. Are you truly serious? He called it a heart attack. What makes you think she still has feelings for me? I asked. Her cries for you echo in the silence, haunting and desperate. I said, that's too much information. Thomas's smile faded as he raised the beer to his lips, the moment heavy with unspoken thoughts. It is what it is. Charlotte, when did you become irresistible? I have always been stunning. She kept it hidden. But your gaze was fixed solely on Amelia, wasn't it? Absolutely. I wouldn't mind if you two became a couple. Just one favor, please. What is that? Don't break her heart. I cherish my sister, and I sense you feel the same. I can't bear the thought of raising her hopes. Then witness the moment you and Amelia come together again. That would destroy her. I couldn't believe it. I'm done with Amelia. It's fine. I guess it's time for sleep. See you soon. He rose, extinguishing his cigarette in the can, with a finality that echoed his resolve. He spoke his truth and ascended the stairs. As the wager loomed, I took a final drag of my cigarette. As soon as my head touched the pillow, darkness enveloped me. I stirred awake as Charlotte swung the door open, her voice cutting through the haze, urging me to rise, to shine, to banish the remnants of sleep. It was 8:30, a moment etched in my mind. I stepped into the bathroom, rushed through my morning routine, showered quickly, got dressed, and dashed downstairs. I slipped into my clothes, my gaze fixed on the ring. With a swift motion, I flung it onto the dresser. As I descended the stairs, I caught sight of Charlotte in the kitchen, lost in the ritual of making breakfast. She wore a cropped t-shirt and frayed shorts. Her hair swept back, a ponytail taut and fierce, while blonde bangs brushed her brow, framing her intensity. She was breathtaking, and I couldn't believe I had missed it until now. "It smells incredible," I said. Her smile pierced through the silence. "I'm thrilled you feel that way, cowboy. There's coffee waiting for you. Do you still savor butter pecan creamer?" "Absolutely. Did you receive any?" "Absolutely." Within the cold confines of the refrigerator, take what you need. Save a little for Thomas and me. I brewed a cup of coffee, then swirled in the creamer. Southern butter pecan captivates my heart like no other flavor. Thomas fell into the grip of marijuana when my father introduced it at a job site. Her smile was inviting as she urged, "Please take a seat." "Just a moment. It's almost done." I slid into the chair across from Thomas, who was lost in the Sunday paper. "Morning," I whispered. He scrutinized me through the pages. "Morning. What's captivating in the news today?" A headline blares. A prestigious lawyer, now in cuffs, tangled in a web of shocking crimes. "Look," he urged, pressing the article into my hands. The narrative lacked personal details and offered scant specifics. It was a sea of jargon, lost on all who tried to grasp it. I was unaware of the full truth. I huffed and handed back the paper. Breakfast was ready, steaming and fragrant, as they wheeled it to the table. "This is truly outstanding." I spoke, mouthful, savoring every moment. Charlotte's smile flickered as she whispered, "Thank you, sir. Your agreement brings me joy." Breakfast finished, Thomas stood, his plate empty. "I must head into town to grab a few things. I'll be away for a few hours. To reach the DA, just use your home phone." "Thanks," I said. Charlotte pressed a list into his hands. He slipped it into his pocket, a silent promise hanging in the air. He snatched his keys and stormed out. I gazed at Charlotte. "Need a hand with the dishes?" I asked. "It's not essential, yet it would mean so much." "Your question is appreciated." I rose and helped her clear the table. She flung a towel my way and dove into the dishes. "All is lost in the depths. Your ring is missing." "What happened? Are you really going to end it with her?" "Absolutely." I warned her. No betrayal would be accepted. I was serious. "Good," she said, a faint smile flickering across her face. "I'm thrilled to see you still have that courage. What's the tale? How are you holding up?" She just shrugged, a silent storm brewing within her. "Fine, I suppose. Is there someone extraordinary in your life right now?" I asked. "Once he was here, but now he is gone. I couldn't have pursued a relationship no matter what. I'm overwhelmed with caring for my family." That was the sound that pierced through the silence. It was necessary after Dad passed away. Mom needed me. I took on a waiting job to boost my income. All she had left was Dad's 401k and a sliver of Social Security. I toiled until her strength faded completely. I devoted myself entirely to her, staying home to care for her every need. That's truly heartbreaking. Stop it. Staying home with her was the best choice I ever made. I just wish that when I reach her age, someone will be there for me too. "What happened?" I asked. "After Mom's death, nothing remained. We sold the house and much of her cherished belongings. We settled all her final expenses with what was left of Dad's pension and 401k. Just a bit remained, and Thomas handed it to me, grateful for how I cared for her. He swore to Mom I'd be with him. Ever since Thomas offered to pay for my college education, this has been my reality. I turned him down. Why must it be this way? I asked. I refuse to be tied to anyone. I yearn to forge my own path, if only I can. I remain here, toiling away at the local McDonald's. I make enough to cover my expenses, and I'm pursuing business classes in the evenings. Well done, I told him. Thomas wants to launch his own fabrication firm, and he mentioned bringing me on for the accounting, she said. He can't let it go. He creates unique things for everyone here, unique barbecue grills, trailers, and more. It offers a rewarding return. He longs to work from his backyard shop, where dreams take root and freedom thrives. Maybe he'll reveal it to you during your stay. It would be something special. In that stillness, I found myself captivated by her, a realization that struck deep. Her beauty ran deeper than the surface, captivating me in ways I never expected. Her eyes met mine, a fleeting moment, before words spilled forth. "What are you staring at?" she asked. "I think I'm gazing at the most breathtaking woman I've ever encountered." I whispered that I thought I glimpsed its shape in her gaze. "Please stop," she murmured, her gaze dropping. "I am not. Your presence captivates me. Your life has been paused for your parents. You turned down Thomas's generous offer for college, choosing instead to carve your own path through school. I regret not seeing it earlier. Amelia blinded you. I can't blame you for that," she said. "You're right, I guess." She finished the dishes, drained the sink, dried her hands, and turned to face me. "She had grown accustomed to you," Beth revealed. "You might be right. I know I'm right. It was 3 years back when I first laid eyes on it." "Why didn't you speak up?" I demanded. "You would never have believed me." I realized she was likely right. In your eyes, she was beyond reproach. You were completely hers, ready to sacrifice everything for her. All I wanted was her happiness, and now look where it's brought us. She got her degree, a shiny new car, and a treasure trove of jewels, trinkets, and outfits, all thanks to you. When you were no longer essential, she replaced you with something new. I'm relieved she's behind bars. If she were here, I'd unleash my fury. I believe you would. I need to know just one thing. She spoke, hands on her hips, a fire in her eyes. "What is that?" I asked. "Will you succumb to her tears and return to her?" she asked. "I can't believe it. Remember, the ship sailed away after Friday. That will never occur." "Good," she whispered. "Take a moment to hold this close." She shed her t-shirt, letting it fall to the floor, revealing herself to me like never before. She undressed, approached me, and enveloped me in her embrace, delivering the most passionate kiss of my life. We intertwined, lost in each other. "I love you, Oliver Hammond. You have always held my heart. Always remember that. I'll be yours, now and forever. Charlotte, my love for you runs deep. I long to remain this way forever." That sounds amazing, but I doubt my brother will see it that way. She laughed. I laughed softly and pressed my lips against hers fiercely. In that moment, clarity hit me like a lightning bolt. My gaze locked onto her, worry flooding my heart. I just realized I forgot to use protection. Don't stress over it. I'm taking a medication. I wouldn't mind if you got me pregnant. I long to share our future together, to create life with you. I will make sure you keep your promise. We must hurry to clean up before Thomas gets back. I must prepare the meat for tonight's meal. Why not rise and embrace a quick shower? Just a second. I'll be right there. What's going on with the meat? Barbecues on Sundays ignite our spirits, if the skies allow. Do you savor venison? Yeah, I love venison. but it's been ages since I had a good shot with Thomas's 50 caliber flintlock. I dressed it in the field, my hands trembling with purpose. You were something else, out there in the wild, a gentle soul. Astonishment washes over me. Thomas's flintlock caught my eye. It had to stretch a minimum of 49 inches. Did you do it yourself? I confronted her, a patched round ball, packed with 100 grains of double left powder, more potent than the bullet it carries. Wow. Do you find joy in fishing too? Her smile pierced through the silence. Fishing calls to me, a quiet thrill beneath the surface. I hook my own bait and clean the catch myself. What remains undone? I questioned with a sharp edge. Thomas's truck's transmission remains unrepaired. I helped him piece his engine back together. I'm utterly consumed by love. I whispered my truth and pressed my lips to hers. Her lips met mine, igniting a spark. Quick! Dash upstairs for a fast shower. Just a moment, I'll be there. I leaped into the shower, water cascading down, washing away the weight of the world. Charlotte arrived moments later. Just wait for the darkness to fall when we lay down to sleep. From now on, you'll be sharing my bed. My bed dwarfs the one in your room. Will Thomas be heartbroken? I pleaded. Number after all, we both know what we want. We stepped out of the shower, dressed quickly, and made our way back downstairs. I must reach out to the DA and inform her of my location. I spoke, and Jeff's finger hovered over the wireless phone in its cradle. Feel free to grab the phone. I picked up the phone, the long distance almost slipping my mind. Emma picked up the phone on the second ring. She spoke of Emma Pritchard. Emma, it's Oliver Hammond. I just wanted to tell you where I am. Stan, I'm so relieved you called. Anxiety crept in. I notice you're making a long-distance call. Where are you? Right now? I stand beside a cherished family friend, memories swirling around us. I shut off my cell phone, seeking safety in silence. I'll keep you posted no matter what. The feds have already reached out to me. They seem to be probing the firm. Your wife is employed by another. I reached out to an old friend, the finest divorce lawyer around. I hope this is okay with you. Absolutely not. Excellent. Tomorrow, she awaits your call. I shared a glimpse of your situation with her. She can handle this. Thank you. I will make it happen. Emma shared the crucial details and vowed to update me on the arraignment before we hung up. With Thomas back, I stepped out to help him carry his things forward. He said, when we were done, I called your parents. They worried deeply for you. I let them know you'd be with us for a while. Thank you. That night, we grilled the meat, sharing dinner on their balcony under the stars. After supper, we came together to clean up. Thomas and I grabbed a beer, stepping outside for a smoke as Charlotte wrapped things up. Charlotte, promise me you'll sleep in her room, Thomas urged. Will this last forever? Unease gripped me as I faced him. Words caught in my throat. She was his sister. Always would be. I think so. What's your take? Absolutely. I must end this chapter of my life. Is your heart hers? He inquired. Absolutely. Excellent. Finally. Pull your head out of your rear, he said, grinning. See that powerful woman? She knows how to decide for herself. She's fiercely independent. I can't bear the thought of her getting hurt. That's all that matters. I would never hurt her. That brings me joy. Welcome to the family, he said, extending his hand with a fierce intensity. I embraced it, our hands clasping in a moment of warmth. Just let me sleep, please. I chuckled, my head bobbing in agreement. I will give it everything. That night in Charlotte's bed, as we made love, I held her tightly, envisioning our future intertwined. A wave of contentment washed over me, deeper than I've felt in ages. "What occupies your mind?" she asked softly. "What lies ahead?" she inquired. "What do you truly seek from life? What do you envision for yourself in 5 to 10 years? She spoke of the fierce ambition that drives women to shatter barriers and seize their dreams. Yet I am different. I'm not looking for a job or anything similar. I crave a husband who loves me fiercely, just as I love him, and a family to nurture with all my heart. That's it. What about your courses?" "It's all for Thomas. As he launches his business, he will need support." "What about you? What do you crave from existence?" "I suppose I mirror you in many ways. I crave a wife who will love me with the same intensity that I cherish her. I also have my own family. I thought Amelia was the one, but it all fell apart." "What's going on with your job?" she inquired. "I love my work. Yet, it can pull me away for weeks on end. Are you ready for this?" Her laughter echoed. "Just this once." My brother, the welder, still lingers in my thoughts. I know what's coming. As long as I know you'll return to me, I can face anything. My eyes met hers, a heartbeat before I found my voice. "I wish our paths had crossed before Amelia," I added. "Absolutely. What's done is irrevocable. We'll get through this. Together. Promise? Together, we are unstoppable. United, we can conquer all. I'll stand by you. Through it all. I love you deeply," I whispered, pressing my lips to hers. "I love you more," she whispered, pulling me close. As I drifted off, warmth enveloped me, a rare feeling of love washing over my heart. Charlotte stirred awake before anyone else the next day. After breakfast, she raced upstairs, heart pounding, to get ready for work. As she left, her kiss lingered, a bittersweet promise of her night classes after her shift. "I usually arrive home by 9:30, so you'll need to take care of yourselves, okay? No matter what happens, I love you. I'm here, always. I love you as well," I whispered, meeting her lips with mine. She was unaware of the weight her words carried. "What is happening? Am I not worthy of a kiss as well?" He smiled, a flicker of warmth in his eyes. Charlotte laughed softly, pressing a tender kiss on his cheek. "So are you. Stay out of trouble, all right?" she inquired, her back turned as she walked away. "Contact the divorce lawyer," Emma urged. I stared at the clock, time slipping away. I grabbed the phone and dialed, heart racing. A warm, inviting female voice greeted from the law firm of Victoria Hughes. I introduced myself and asked Victoria if she was free, letting the receptionist know she was waiting for my call. "Sir, Ms. Goodwin awaits your call," the woman said, her voice steady yet urgent. "One moment, please." Muzak played softly before a woman's voice broke through. Victoria Hughes. She uttered a single word. "What do you need from me?" "Meet Oliver Hammond. Emma Pritchard passed along your number and urged me to reach out this morning." "Absolutely, Mr. Hammond." Emma shared some of the situation, and I've been anxiously awaiting your call. I usually like to meet face to face, but I get that it can't happen this time. It's all right. Today, everything we need is just a click away. I need your entire story, please. I poured my heart out, and she absorbed every word, unwavering in her attention. "What do you hope for?" She inquired about my completion. "I crave everything." "No alimony, but I deserve my share of what we built together. We can do this. Your wife's criminal charges could strengthen your position. I must review your financials first. Do you have any properties? A house, perhaps?" "We live in an apartment," I said. "Are we going to confront Sophie, Edward? Alienation of affection suits exist here, yet they seldom make much progress. Consider taking legal action for the pain they've caused you. Follow your heart and act on your truth. I responded. Okay, I'll dive in and set things in motion. Do you have an email address? Absolutely. Excellent. I'll send you the documents soon. A contract lies among them. Please sign and return electronically. One is a list of tasks waiting to be conquered. I need you to handle that for me. A retainer will also be necessary. Will you make this happen today? Absolutely. Excellent. I'll send it to you. Once everything is set, the papers will be served, she declared. Any questions lingering in the air? No questions remain. I shared my email before she handed me off to her assistant, who swiftly took my payment card details just before I ended the call. I opened my laptop, heart racing, and dove into my emails. Victoria's email arrived, 2 attachments waiting, heavy with unspoken weight. I opened the contract, signed it swiftly, and sent it back, securing a receipt to confirm her receipt. A booklet revealed ways to shield my finances, grateful for the ease of online banking. I thought it would be a long process, but I quickly opened a new account, transferred half our money, and checked in. I canceled Amelia's credit card, but mine remains open after I just settled my retainer. By early afternoon, I wrapped up my tasks. Thomas led me to the shop, where he was pouring his heart into a trailer for a local farmer. Working with him was a balm, a way to fill the silence with purpose. A call came in at 3 that afternoon. Thomas picked up the phone in his shop, his eyes locking onto mine as he passed me the receiver. He whispered, "That's your lawyer. Meet Oliver." I spoke as soon as I lifted the receiver. "Hi, Oliver. It's Emma Pritchard. This is devastating." The judge swiftly granted them the minimal bail, setting them free. "How can this be real?" I pleaded. "He's definitely in their pocket." Thank goodness the protective order is in place, but I can't shake the fear that it's just words on a page. Staying put is the wisest choice. Stay away from here. The feds are watching. But your safety? I can't promise that. Incredible. What do we do now? Remain right there. I'll give it my all from this place. Just call if you need anything, all right? Sure, fine. I spoke. I ended the call and passed the receiver to Thomas. Is it terrible news? He inquired. Absolutely. They were free at last. Ooh. I need to call your family and tell them. That idea is truly captivating. I guess it falls to me to break the news. Thomas nodded, his gaze intense, then handed the receiver back to me. I dialed the number. My father picked up on the second ring. Dad, it's Oliver, I whispered. How are you holding up, son? He inquired. I'm hanging in there. The judge has released Amelia and her companions. Stay vigilant. They might come looking for you, desperate to uncover my whereabouts. Don't worry, my boy. Silence is our shield. We reveal nothing. Are you still at Peter Wilkinson's? The question hit me hard. I was painfully aware of my location. My father and I once toiled under the watchful eye of a retired foreman, Peter Wilkinson. After retirement, he and his wife moved 2 hours south of town. In that moment, clarity hit me like a lightning bolt. Amelia and her friends are definitely searching for me at this very moment. I chose to play along with the deception. I'm at a motel about 50 miles south, I said. If you're all right, then I'm all right. Tomorrow morning, I'll be gone. I'm heading east. I need to know your location now. All right, son, he inquired. Absolutely. May I talk to Mom? She's in the bathroom, my father whispered. I strained to hear, convinced I caught whispers from afar. Just let her know I'm fine. My heart belongs to her. I promise, son. I felt the tension in my father's voice, a desperate hope for his safety lingering in the air. I'll reach out soon. Understood. I'll take care of it. Dad, I love you so much. I love you too, son, he said. And then the line went dead. I glanced at Thomas and dialed again. Hey, Oliver, what's going on? Hello. Emma breathed into the phone, her heart racing. I think Amelia and her friends are at my parents' place, I said. All right. I'm grabbing a few federal agents and rushing over there now. Don't move. We ended the call, and I passed the phone to Thomas. What's going on? He inquired. Amelia and her friends are at my parents' house, searching for me. I responded. Yes, I caught your words to your father. Will they buy the house? I truly hope so. For a few hours at least. Time was slipping away, 6 to 8 hours at most if they headed south to Peter's place. I should escape, find a place to vanish until this storm passes. No, we face this as one. You stay right here. I need to freshen up before I confront the sheriff in town. Stay right here, do you understand? I nodded. Hours later, he stepped out, heading into the heart of the town. Emma returned the call, just moments after he had gone. Oliver, you were right, Amelia. After the hearing, Sophie, Edward, and their thugs descended upon the place. Your family was held captive, their safety hanging by a thread. They insisted they never revealed where you were. An APB is out for them now. One gun was left behind, and now he's in custody. He remains silent, as always. Do you have any idea where they're headed? I inquired. Absolutely not. But I doubt they bought your story here. Reach out to your father. Moments later, my father's voice crackled through the phone. Oliver, I can't believe they fell for the trick, he said. Are you all right? I inquired. We're okay now. He revealed, Amelia and her companions are coming for you. What gives you that conviction? I caught a glimpse of Amelia's words. Tell Emma to call the sheriff now. Absolutely, my boy. I will take care. Don't worry. Dad, I warned you. The next voice on the line was Emma's. Where are you right now? I revealed my location and gave her the way forward. Do you think Amelia has any idea where it is? She understands. Fine. Don't move. Help is on the way, and it won't be long. We climbed into the car, my heart heavy as we drove back to the house. Stepping out of the shop, a voice I knew pierced the air. It was Edward. The name echoed, heavy with unspoken weight. Oh, how it stings. You really thought you could outsmart us? Close, but not quite. Confessing to your family that you were going south while your true direction was north. Thankfully, Amelia had a sense of your destination. Move now, he commanded, his weapon slicing through the air toward me. Get in, he said, gesturing toward the black SUV. As I reached the back, Amelia's smirk pierced through the air, igniting a storm within me. You believed you could outwit us. Did you really? She asked, a smirk playing on her lips. This won't end well for you, Amelia. No matter what unfolds, the police will be here any moment now. Time is slipping away from you. You should have simply gone with the flow. Your time has come to face the consequences. Sophie and Edward shared a brief, knowing laugh. Edward ordered the goon to take them to a spot by the creek bed at the hill's base. As we pulled up, Edward swung my door open, gun in hand, urging me to step out. You meant to kill me? Is this all there is? I questioned Amelia. Her laughter echoed, a fleeting spark of joy. Have you heard the saying? She whispered that the dead reveal nothing. Edward and Sophie laughed, their amusement sharp as the goon bound my arms with zip ties. As he completed his task, he compelled me to kneel. Let's get to the point. The thrill of nature calls to me, igniting a deep desire for passion beneath the open sky. What do you think, Amelia? Are you prepared to let go of your dying husband? One last performance, a final gift for his journey. What on earth? She whispered, shedding her layers. Come closer and take me, darling. Edward's laughter echoed as he yanked his pants down. Imagine, Oliver, as your bodies decay in the water. Edward will be with me every day. I'll relish every moment of squandering your money while playing the shattered widow. She stretched her legs, and Edward started his antics, pinning me down, laughter escaping his lips. Embrace it, he breathed. This will be your final glimpse. I turned my gaze, unable to witness Amelia and Edward darting across the earth like wild creatures. I wished for them to be consumed by chiggers. It would benefit them greatly. I told you, Amelia is reaching for more, Sophie said, her voice thick with emotion. Embrace the show while you can. This is the final moment you'll ever share with your wife. After what felt like an eternity, Edward finally caught his breath, the weight of the moment lifting. He rose, urgency in his movements as he slipped his trousers back on. My gaze locked onto Amelia. Why must it be this way? I questioned her. What drove you to this? She let his shoulders drop. What can I possibly express? She asked, her voice heavy with unspoken weight. He has more money and towers over you. I can't imagine spending my life with a welder. I crave a fulfilling life, and Edward holds the key. Have you two finished your trip down memory lane? Edward inquired. Time is slipping away, and we have urgent matters to address. Anguish surged as the thug forced me to bow down. Edward approached the SUV, emerging with a gleaming blade in hand. I trust you can foresee what comes next, my old friend. Don't fret. They say death comes in a flash. Nothing will touch you. Embrace your reconciliation with the divine, complete. I shut my eyes and whispered a prayer into the void. Edward's shadow loomed, the sword poised high, a moment frozen in time. That's when I caught it. A single shot echoes. Edward fell, his body crumpling to the earth. A bullet wound mars his forehead. His eyes were wide, yet lifeless. I felt the finality of his departure. A final shot echoed, and the gun clattered to the ground. Crimson spills from his chest. Sophie lunged for Edward's gun, but a shot pierced the air. She fell, a scream escaping her lips, clutching her wounded shoulder. Amelia glanced around, panic rising, and pressed herself against Edward for shelter. The unmistakable roar of a four-wheeler echoed, drawing closer, a harbinger of what was to come. A cloud of dust loomed closer, obscuring everything else, leaving me breathless with anticipation. It approached, and I caught sight of the long blonde hair trailing behind the driver. Charlotte was a part of my life. She stopped abruptly, leaping from the vehicle, a skull-hunting gun clutched tightly in her hands. With a swift motion, she drew a massive knife from her belt and severed the zip tie binding my hands. As she broke free, I sat up, heart racing, and watched her sprint toward Amelia. With a brutal swing, she slammed the rifle's buttstock into Amelia's face, sending her crashing to the ground. "Touch him again, and I swear I'll blow your head off," Charlotte screamed. "Do you understand me? That's exactly what I said. Do you feel what I'm saying? Which one?" Amelia nodded, her heart heavy with unspoken words. Charlotte slammed down, her weight crashing onto her kneecap like a storm. A sharp crack pierced the silence. Amelia screamed in agony. Sirens wailed in the distance as Charlotte moved toward the four-wheeler, her hand gripping the flare gun tightly. With a swift motion, she aimed it skyward and fired a flare, desperate for rescue. Flashing lights raced toward us. "Are you okay, darling?" she inquired as she drew near. "I exist now. You've given me a second chance. Your kindness is beyond my means to repay. Believe me, you'll have endless time to seek forgiveness," she said, her smile both warm and haunting. Police cars closed in around us, trapping us in a tense silence. Thomas pulled up in his pickup. Stepping out to see how we were holding up, a deputy called for an ambulance and the coroner. Urgency thick in the air. "Are you really okay?" they inquired about the moment he came near. "I exist now. Grateful for Charlotte. She was my lifeline." The sheriff gathered our statements, his presence heavy as he directed the unfolding chaos. An ambulance had arrived, paramedics rushing to Sophie and Amelia's side. She took Edward and Liam's lives. Sophie shouted, "Aren't you going to arrest her?" The sheriff declared, "This is Thomas's land, and we uphold the castle doctrine here. Ms. Brolin had every right to fight for Mr. Hammond's life. Count your blessings, she spared your life." As I stood there, deputies cuffed Amelia and let her go. The sheriff's words hit hard. He would charge her and Sophie with attempted murder and conspiracy. We were set free, the weight of loss heavy in the air as the officers collected the evidence and took away the bodies. I sped back to the house on Charlotte's four-wheeler. "I believed you had class today. What transpired?" Thomas rushed into McDonald's, his eyes wide, and shared the shocking news. "I clocked out and rushed home. I needed to know you were safe. I spotted tire tracks in the grass and traced them to you. I climbed into the deer stand I had prepared, and then everything changed." Seeing Edward's intent, I couldn't hesitate. I sprang into action. "I'll dive back into class? Don't worry. I fear nothing. Gratitude fills my heart. Everything." I grabbed the phone, ready to spill everything to Emma. Her relief washed over me, a silent testament to our bond. "They're cornered at last. Stay calm. The firm is about to fall apart. I truly hope it does." I called my parents to share the news. They were relieved to know we were safe. That night, my gratitude for Charlotte's rescue was boundless. Sophie healed from her wounds, and she and Amelia faced the court for their deadly intentions. They were convicted for their brutal attack and the torment of my captivity. Both received life sentences and faced additional charges for their scheming and unethical practices within the company. In all this time, I caught a glimpse of them just twice. There was a moment in court when Charlotte and I had to confront the truth, and another when the weight of their punishment fell heavy on us. They looked terrible, yet I couldn't suppress a smile. In the end, their chains were unbreakable, and that filled me with a dark joy. Beatrice swiftly finalized the divorce, and in the wake of Amelia's betrayals, the judge stripped her of everything. She secured a life-changing deal from Sophie and Edward's belongings. In the end, I found myself surrounded by a mountain of money. Sure, Bernie had his share, but I was thrilled with mine. The firm paid a staggering amount as partners battled serious accusations, including criminal enterprises, and their connection to 2 tragic deaths. In the end, the firm crumbled, and the partners faced a lifetime behind bars. Everything unfolded in just 6 months. When it was all over, Charlotte and I had more than enough to last us for ages. I presented her with a beautiful ring, and, on that unforgettable day, I asked her the question that changed everything. Her joyous scream filled the air as she showered me with kisses. About a month later, we tied the knot and plunged into a whirlwind week in Las Vegas. We gathered in the living room, tension thick in the air, and laid our idea before Thomas. His eyes widened at the mention of diving into DNS welding and custom projects. "Seriously?" he inquired. "Yeah, I did." Charlotte revealed her meticulously crafted business plan to him. He leaned back, the weight of his findings pressing down on him. This could actually happen. "Oh, I forgot," he murmured, plunging his hand into his pocket. He handed us the keys, a silent promise of what lay ahead. "Did you catch a glimpse of that place on the south side?" "Absolutely." "What's the deal?" "Have you caught a glimpse of that new home?" he inquired. "We believed you had sold that lot." "Number." "That's your gift from me and your folks," he said, his gaze piercing through me. "Everything feels fresh and exciting. The land and the house belong to you now. Your dad and I moved your things in, but we made sure to leave behind anything with Amelia's face. I'm speechless. Sure, a grand mansion could tempt me, but this felt just right. Sturdy as a home should be. I couldn't possibly refuse. I realized its true value, more than $150,000. Simply say thank you, my friend." His hand extended, trembling with hope. I smiled and accepted it. We embraced fiercely. "Will you be all right with us by your side?" Charlotte inquired. "I can't bear the thought of you being alone." "I'll be fine," he whispered, a flicker of doubt in his eyes. "I crave silence for rest, exhausted from your endless chatter all night." We shared a laugh, and I reached out to my parents to express my gratitude. That night, Charlotte and I claimed the master bedroom for ourselves. In that moment, I felt a surge of certainty. Everything would be all right. Wealth attracts a crowd, drawing in friends and their connections, even those behind bars. Amelia and Sophie were trapped in a nightmare behind bars. They scrubbed with toothbrushes, serving those who favored them, trapped in a cycle of obligation. Amelia and Sophie's world has just expanded. Listeners, what are your thoughts? Share your thoughts below. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't miss out. Thanks for watching this story on Addy Story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new tale. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, take care and keep living your own amazing stories.